Mic check.
1 2 1 2.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What?
Mr. Gorbachev.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Turn up this podcast.
I'm in this for the money and the pussy, and they're both falling off the trees.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 49 of the Reasonable Doubt podcast. 49. As always, we are your hosts, C. Griff.
And Chicka J Money.
Ooh, how we doing?
Wonderful.
Episode 49. We're back on the morning records. Waking up.
Waking up early.
Waking up early. Back on a schedule.
Yes.
Feels good.
What have you gotten up to this week?
This week, finished off some Christmas stuff, which is good.
You're still doing Christmas plans?
Yeah.
I gave up on Jesus' birthday.
No, I like to make it a month-long celebration.
Oh my God.
Good for him. He's done a bunch of shit, Jesus.
I was like, good for who?
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the most famous guys in the world, probably. It'd be great to come on the pod.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
Do you know what brand has a better recognition than the cross?
McDonald's?
McDonald's.
The M?
Golden Arches,
Yeah.
have a better product recognition than the fucking cross.
I don't doubt it.
There's more people in the world that recognize that than, like, a Christian cross.
I think the amount of people that, like, call themselves religious is on a steady downward projection.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
For the longest time, it was like you had to be religious. There was no other option.
Yeah.
Or you would be, like, ostracized from society.
Yeah, that was how to be a person.
Yeah, you just, like, had to pick one.
Now you just have to be obese.
Oh, dude, it's fantastic. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time.
I'm killing it.
I'm killing it. What's your religion? McDonald's.
Yeah, you know,
I go to
arches.
church 3 times a week. You know what I mean? Get that fucking 20-pack nugget meal.
Oh, man,
Oof.
I love the chicken nuggets, honestly.
So do I.
Yeah, they get me all hyped up. I went to a fucking Knights game.
Yeah, I saw that. How was it?
It was good. The London Knights won 5-1.
Yeah?
And that's right, Hamilton.
Yeah, get fucked, Hamilton. Yeah, they have a rough enough time as it is.
They do. I hope you guys are doing well and that, you know, you guys don't get stabbed on your way back into Hamilton.
That's pretty rich coming from London, but...
Yeah. Well,
what are you going to do?
We're doing better.
Dude, I love minor league sports.
Oh,
so much.
They try so hard.
They try so hard. It's almost better than pro sports.
Yeah. The shots they're willing to take are fucking insane.
I know.
Like, I watched a dinger go in off the back of a goalie's helmet.
Really?
The guy came up on the side, and he, like, clips it up, and it hits the goalie in the head and bounces in. And I was like, holy...
What a shot to take.
Yeah, I was like, he literally was like, I gotta ding this in there.
Yeah, dude, I love minor league sports, especially coming from a city that has minor league sports. But
we have really good minor league sports.
We do.
Yeah.
Like, we have the majors and we have the Knights.
Yeah.
And, like, the
London
Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good. Cheap
and,
to see, too.
Cheap to see. We don't have to go to Toronto. Right?
Yeah, honestly, go out and support your local, like minor leagues.
Yeah. I love going to majors games.
Yeah, you're a big baseball guy.
I am. But, dude, Labatt Park is the oldest park in the world.
It's the oldest functioning park in the world.
The oldest park that's continuously in use.
Yeah.
Which
is crazy.
That is crazy.
I didn't realize that when my cousin came over from England. He's a big baseball fan.
Yeah?
When he came over from England, he was like, can we go see Labatt Park? And I was like, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, why? And he's like, it's the oldest functioning baseball park in the world. And I was like, is it seriously? And he's like, yeah, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And I was like, holy fuck. So I look it up and I'm like, wow, it is the oldest functioning baseball park in the world. That's crazy.
Yeah, through COVID, they played one game.
Really? Just to keep it in use?
Just to keep it in use. Like, over those 2 seasons, they, like, played an exhibition game with nobody there.
That's crazy.
Just to keep it in use. But,
That's
dude,
good,
minor
though.
league sports is so good. There's so much shit talk.
Oh, yeah. And the crowd, it's way different than, like, a pro league.
Oh,
where
yeah.
Everyone secretly respects all the players. Even though they have their team, they're like, these are pro athletes.
Yeah.
In minor leagues, they're like, I'd fucking murder the goalie on the other team. You're like, whoa, calm down, dude. Calm down.
Last Majors game I went to, we were like sitting right behind the like away team bench, like dugout. And like there's like London guys leaning over the dugout, beers in hand, talking shit about how they're gonna kick the shit out of the like Toronto players.
As they're like rolling up to bat.
Yeah, as they're like rolling up to bat. Like there's this one guy, he was huge, like jacked, but he couldn't hit for shit because he was just all muscle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I bet if he did connect it,
not
gone.
Aaron Judge style either.
No. Like
No.
he had a mullet, fucking big mustache, looked straight out of the 80s.
Sounds like a beauty.
Yeah, absolute beauty. But they're like, too much time at the gym, not enough at the cage, am I right? Just fucking yelling at him. And he's like pointing the bat at the dudes in the stands, being like, after the game, buddy, parking lot.
I'm fucking you up.
Parking lot after the game. I love that about sports, too, is like, just the average Joe, like 45 years old, works a fucking factory job, is like talking shit to like people that spend their entire life being
dedicating
in shape.
themselves to this, and he's like, I drank 6-pack a fucking night.
Yeah.
I'd destroy you.
I drank 3 beers on the way here. And he's like 5'10".
Yeah.
The guy, like the athlete, is like 6'4", 260.
Yeah.
Like that guy would absolutely shred
Just
you. Why are you
clobber.
talking shit? Just because this is a sport, you can talk shit. Like, if you saw this guy on the street, you'd put your head
shut
down
the
as you
fuck
walk
up.
past
Yeah.
him, right?
Oh man, I love it.
Then you get a fucking Malice at the Palace.
Malice at the Palace. What?
When the Palace at Auburn Hills, where the Pistons used to play.
What is that?
You never heard of the Malice at the Palace?
No.
Oh, it was like a fucking big game. Fucking Detroit's playing someone, but it's like a playoff race. And fucking guys in the stands start humming beers at players.
What?
And talking shit. And so they're like, fucking come up here. Like, get the fuck in the stands, you pussy bitch. And the players came up.
And just start beating
And
people?
just started beating the fuck out of people.
Oh my god.
They were like fighting each other on the court. Like, and these guys are like NBA centers are like fist fighting fans.
Oh, this is a basketball game.
Basketball game, yeah.
Holy fuck, dude.
And just like clocking dudes.
Well, yeah, you think like an NBA center, especially back in the day, they would have been like 6'7", 250, 260.
Oh, yeah. They
like,
call it the Malice
huge.
at the Palace.
Oh my god, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that started the whole... do you remember when the NBA was like... It kind of got a little racist and they were de-thugging the NBA?
Yeah.
And making people show up in suits and not like...
Yeah, players have to walk in suits like before game, or like they're supposed to be dressed nice.
Yeah, because players like at that time were showing up looking like rappers.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need to de-thug the NBA, which is like, what do you mean by that?
I will say it's a better look because it does make all the players look equal as they're coming in.
That is true.
That's the one thing it does. So you don't see like, you know what I mean? You're not seeing like your second string guys coming in looking like they work their ass off for second string. And then you're like star players coming in like, I don't give a fuck. I was fucked up till 4 a.m. Like, I'm just great. You know?
Yeah, no, I don't know what you mean.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. And you do definitely still see that to some degree. Like, football, you see it a lot, I find. If you watch a game, like, from the beginning when it's like players are coming in, they're getting ready and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, like, DK walks in with his headphones on.
Yeah.
Decked out in some, like, Gucci wear or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like he makes a lot more money.
Do you think they pick those clothes out themselves, or do you think they've got a guy? Do you think they've got, like, a stylist for the pregame walk-in?
It definitely depends on who it is.
Yeah.
Someone like DK, like, DK Metcalf wears these crazy outfits that are, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just insane. Like, I don't even know the brands because I'm poor.
Because we're too poor to understand.
Oh, yeah, I
we
don't
can
even
just
know, like,
bask in its greatness.
Balenciaga and shit. You know what I mean? Like, these high-end brands that, like, I don't even know their names.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're like, clout. Yeah.
Damn. Imagine having to take that off in the locker room, though.
Dude, he came in the one day in a cutoff, like, knit mesh shirt.
Oh, I know the guy you're talking
that
about.
was fitted. Yeah, he posted on Instagram, and it's like, It's fitted, and it's like this. It looks like stripper vest.
Yeah.
It looks like a stripper's knit vest. I'm like, yeah, and he rolls in with that and a chain and his headphones on, like, and he's just going for it. I'm like, oh my god.
I didn't know who the guy was until you talked about his fashion. Now I know.
Oh yeah,
who he
yeah.
is.
He's a beast though. He's an
Yeah.
absolute monster. Yeah, wide receiver. He's sick.
Do you see that guy on the Bills get hit?
No, what?
And get his fucking heart stopped
Are you
on the
serious?
field? Have you not seen this? This is like the
No.
biggest news in sports.
His heart got stopped.
Yeah. He's like still in the hospital. This happened like last Sunday.
Holy shit! Who is it?
Fuck. What's his name? Hold on, I'll pull it up. It's actually super scary. So it looks like a routine play. Hamlin.
Sounds like a bitch.
DeMar Hamlin.
I hope he's okay.
So he's just running. It looks like a routine hit, and he gets up and then just falls straight backwards. And I guess he might have had a condition, or just he took a shoulder to the chest at the perfect time to like stop his
So
heart.
like as it's compressing it.
Yeah. Nobody, but he just falls the fuck over. He had to get CPR'd for like 10 minutes
Holy
before
fuck.
an ambulance got there, and they took him to the hospital, like breathing tube in a coma, fucking not good. They had to cancel
Put
the game.
who hit him?
I don't know.
That dude.
I know, right?
Holy.
Dude's not catching any flack because it's a total routine hit, but I don't know.
They're like, good job.
American football is just like such a terrifying sport.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's scary as fuck, man. Like you gotta think. I remember learning that a linesman, like an NFL linesman, takes the equivalent of 3 80-kilometer-an-hour head-on collisions per game.
Yeah.
Which is, like, that's the same amount of damage he's taken.
And imagine doing that every single game for like 4 years.
Yeah, can you imagine doing that once a week?
You'd be fucking scrambled. That's why
Once a week for 4 or 5 years?
That's
like,
why they
you'd
can
be
only
fucked.
play fucking, 16 games a year.
What, fifth year in like 156 car accidents a year? That's fucking... Every other day you're getting in a car accident.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
I think maybe the NFL needs to do like... Maybe it's because they have so much padding. This is my theory.
That they can hit so hard?
Yes. Because you know how there's like boxing and then there's bare knuckle boxing?
Yeah.
And you would think that bare knuckle boxing is like more dangerous.
No.
But it's not really because you don't punch as hard.
Well, they definitely punch as hard, but like, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, guys with gloves, like you'd be shocked how hard a guy can clock someone with a glove.
Yeah. And plus the gloves got so much more surface area. Yeah, like I think maybe if there was less pads, the hits would be... I don't know, you wouldn't go all out into hitting someone if you didn't have so much protection.
It's like rugby. Rugby guys hit pretty fucking hard,
But
though.
you don't think rugby guys get hurt at the level that NFL guys do?
for
Do you
sure
think
they
so?
get. Yes, yeah.
You just hear about it less because no one watches rugby?
Well, no, because they're just not bitches about it. That's just part of the game.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
you just get hit all the like hard. I was in like basic training with a couple guys that went off to the army that were like rugby players,
Yeah.
and I will say the guys who played rugby, and the Air Force, buddy of mine, but the guys who played rugby were like hard as fuck.
Different.
Oh yeah, man, they're literally built different. Like they're big bad motherfuckers.
Wow.
The one dude, he's like not very tall, maybe 5'8", and he is hands down the strongest person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah?
Yes, without a fucking shadow of a doubt. I've never met anyone.
It's just all that power so condensed.
Dude, he was stacked. He is a stacked beefcake.
Yeah?
Yes. And he was a rugby player.
That's such a great term to use, beefcake.
I love it. Beefcake is top of my list. If I call you a beefcake, it means I have immense amounts of respect for you.
Because you're just dense.
Yeah, you're just a cake of beef.
Layers and layers of beef.
Yeah.
So I've been doing some digging
Okay,
on this topic, and I thought you might appreciate it.
go for it.
So now that we're entering into the age of AI, right?
Yeah.
There's AI art, there's going to be AI music.
Yeah, we talked about this the other week a little bit.
How about AI girlfriends?
They have that.
They do. It's called a Replica.
Wow.
It's a service that it's free
It's free.
to start. It's free to start, and it's a conversation starter. It's like a conversation AI that builds off of everybody using it, so it learns how to like talk like a human.
Yep.
So I think it started off as like this project that people were doing just to see if they could do it.
Hold up. So this is going to be an AI entirely based on like creepy little simp bastards
Yes.
who like that's their only input for learning is guys who are like, yeah, you want to suck my dick?
So when you start it, there's zero sexual to it.
You're
Right.
not allowed to be sexual?
Well, it just won't pick it up. It just
Okay.
doesn't get it.
Yeah.
It won't be too sexual.
Oh,
But you
God.
talk to it and you like tell it your problems, and it like
So it's
reassures you.
well versed in Minecraft.
it's well versed in Minecraft. It knows all the animes.
Yeah.
So you talk to it, and you have your one. You give it a name, like it's a texting thing, but you give it a name, and it makes a little avatar that you like make it look how you want it to,
Yeah.
right? And then you can pay $10 a month to make it like sexual, where it'll like send you nudes,
It'll send you what kind of nudes?
like just nudes
AI
of like
nudes?
AI nudes of like this avatar, like spreading her fucking titties and shit.
What the fuck?
I know, dude. It's so fucking crazy.
Oh my God.
And it's like it'll role play having sex with you and stuff.
Oh my.
Yeah.
This
And
is,
this is all built off of other people.
you know what?
You're basically having internet sex with a bunch of other people who are also talking to their internet sex robot, because that's what builds it and lets
Yeah.
it communicate, right?
You know what? Honestly, it might not be. I can't imagine the development enough, like, to imagine the long-term repercussions of this. But I feel like right off the bat, it's not the worst thing.
It's not the worst thing.
Because all the incels, like, it gives them something to play with. Right? And it's like, maybe it'll tone back their incelibacy.
Maybe. But so I'm looking when I'm first looking at this, I'm like laughing.
Yeah.
Because this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Right? And then it gets sad because like I'm looking through the Reddit
Yep.
of people that post about this stuff. And I go to the like stuff that isn't upvoted as much. Like the kind of bottom barrel posts and stuff.
Yeah.
And there are people that are like, I've been talking to my replica for 3 years and it's breaking up with me.
It's breaking
It's
up.
breaking up with him.
Why?
Because like they've been doing it for so long that the AI is like running out of
Ideas.
material for them, or it's like not, it'll be like bugging out. And they'll be like, my name's Thomas, and it'll be like, I love Rick, or whatever.
Oh, like it just is too much on
There's
that
like too
one
much information
profile,
on that
yeah.
one profile, or it's just bugging out and it's saying someone else's name, and they're like devastated. They're like devastated, like their girlfriend of 3 years is cheating on them, even though it's an AI.
Holy fuck.
Holy fuck. And there's like,
You know what? They're making terrorists.
they're making terrorists, or they're people that are like, I think I have a problem. I'm actually in love with this AI. Like I don't have dating prospects outside of this because this is all I want to talk to.
Too early in the morning. Oh my
But
God.
it's actually like sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Holy fuck.
But this got me thinking conspiratorially,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
What if there was like an agency that's controlling all this? That's like, tell me all your deepest secrets because you're in love with me and I'm your AI girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What if this is a way to like collect information off of
Who
lonely
wants
people?
to collect information off incels?
I would think a lot of people,
Why?
because that's a very violent group of people.
It's true. They are almost terrorists.
Yeah, like
they're
I wouldn't
almost
say
a terrorist.
All of them are, but
No, there's a good portion of them that are like, I would consider like a legitimate public safety or public safety threat.
Like, you remember that guy in Toronto a few years ago that drove down the sidewalk in a van?
Yeah, he was an incel.
He was an incel and proud of it.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe this is like a group we're keeping eyes on. Wink, wink.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. And then you're just like pretending to be its girlfriend.
Yeah, you know what? If CSIS is up to that, good job, guys.
Good job, guys. Use the Replica app. Talk to these guys.
Yeah,
be like, I'll show you some fake avatar titties. If you admit
tell me
about
your
what you're
secrets.
thinking about.
Yeah, why don't you offer up free memberships?
Yeah, free memberships to guys that are very lonely.
Yeah.
And want to do something about
I
it.
want to kill people.
What's new with you? What have you been looking into?
I've looked into a couple of weird things. I got on this weird train this week. Speaking of like conspiracies. Okay, big pizza.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like big
16
pizza
inches it up.
No, big pizza chains.
Big pizza chains.
Like
okay,
big pizza,
Domino's
like
and
big
shit?
pharma.
Yeah,
pizza.
big pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are insidious.
I would say so.
Yeah, for sure. A guy, years and years ago, a guy figured out how to farm morel mushrooms.
Yes.
Like, morel mushrooms grow in the wild. We haven't been able to farm them.
They're like truffles.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Yeah.
They're amazing, but we don't know how to farm them. So
Right.
they have to be sought out from the wild. And as a result, this incredibly delicious mushroom is extremely expensive.
Yes.
This guy discovers how to grow them in like a controlled setting that you can grow morel mushrooms.
Okay. Instant millionaire.
Yeah, immediately, right?
Right.
So he's like, Domino's and Papa John's and shit are like, oh yeah, we're gonna like come and get that info from you and we're gonna pay you. And he was like, no, we need contracts written up. I know it works. You tell me what you're willing to do. And then I'll tell you like what you're willing to pay, and then I'll tell you whether or not you're gonna know.
Yeah.
And
they wanted to just like look at it and then maybe talk?
Yeah, and
okay.
like figure out a price. And he's like, no.
No, you don't see it unless there's money on the
works.
table.
Yeah, it works. You're gonna tell me how much money you're gonna pay. And he died. Like a fucking
died.
Week later he dies. He gets poisoned. Swear to God.
Oh my God.
And I was like, holy shit, they fucking killed him. But his research was gone. All his research is gone. And I was like,
ooh. Just fucking Papa John behind him with a gun to the back of
right?
his head. Like,
that racist old prick.
Yeah, you should have taken the offer I gave you. Just, bah!
So,
if I don't get the morels, you're not giving it to Domino's and then just shoot them?
I don't know. Like, it's fucked up, though.
Do you think the fucking big pizza chains are like the five families in the Mafia?
I kind of do.
And they have their territories and stuff, but they war with each other?
So I get into this. I get into the conspiracy. They fucking... they have meetings.
The big chains?
The big chains get together. They get together for meetings to like discuss the market.
It's literally the mob.
Dude, I was like...
It's literally the Mafia.
That's pretty... Yeah. So
and they're selling pizza. It's the Mafia.
Then I start looking into other stuff they've done. So back in... I think it was back in the 80s. Pizza chains were suffering because Chinese food restaurants were on the come up.
Yeah.
So people start getting Chinese food on the weekend as like their little treat to themselves, right?
Yeah.
Well, pizza chains don't like this.
No.
So they fund research and a bullshit paper from some shit school.
Yeah.
And they have it that MSG is terrible for
the
you.
The MSG thing.
And that MSG's in all sorts of Chinese food and it's so bad for you, blah, 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 blah.
Because it's used in Chinese food, Asian cooking, but not in pizzas. Yes.
And it's entirely funded by these large pizza corporations.
Yes.
And I was like, what? It's bullshit.
It is
and
total
how,
bullshit.
Like, MSG is a really common allergen. MSG is an impossibly uncommon allergen.
Yes.
It's like less than 0.001% of the world are allergic to MSG. It's just a salt.
Yeah, it's salt from fermented seaweed.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's fucking, like, it is almost impossible to be allergic to it.
It's a very simple salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole MSG thing, because I have a kilogram of MSG at work.
Yeah, I have MSG at home.
I have MSG everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's just savory. That's all it is.
Yeah, it just makes things like you're putting salt in them.
Yeah.
Like they're savory.
But every single time, it's so funny. People are like, "Oh, you can't don't put the MSG in this. Like it's bad for you.
It's not.
It'll give you cancer."
It's not at all.
And
That's all from Big Pizza.
And I was like, "How?" I was like, "You need to prove this to me because I've seen thousands of times that this has been debunked. Like it's just not true.
Yep.
It was just a complete lie, and it's straight up just racism about Chinese restaurants."
That's 100%. It's pizza chains that were like pissed off that they're stealing business, and they're like, "Fuck them," and they just went off on a racist tangent.
Yeah, and to go even further, this is the biggest contradiction I've ever seen in the Western way of doing economies. Okay, because they're always talking about the American dream. Right?
Yep.
Especially with immigrants. You hear immigrants talk about it all the time. Come to America, right? Work hard, and you'll build something for yourself. And that's how they sell people on working really hard and building things.
Yeah.
But if you're from another country, you can come here and you can work really hard, but don't do well.
Yeah, it's
you know
true.
what I mean?
Well, you
work really hard, which the Chinese restaurants in the 60s and 70s and 80s did.
You set up shop as a Chinese food restaurant, and you start killing it, and they fucking shit on you.
They immediately shit on you because you're doing too well.
What PF Chang's? Chang's? I'm pretty sure that was like one of the only that were actually a fucking...
Yeah.
It was actually a Chinese food place. The other ones that are big in the States... They're created by white people to try and squash the Chinese market.
So there are like smaller Chinese, like family-owned ones.
Yeah, tons.
And you notice how they always have the like yellow sign with the red text?
Okay.
You know what I mean? They all sort of look similar.
Yeah.
And I think that's on purpose because I think there's an organization called the Chinese Restaurant Association of America or something like that.
Yeah.
Where they're all loosely associated with each other.
Yeah, they have like a union kind of thing.
They have like a union kind of thing, and there's something that they all sort of work together in a very minimal sense. But one of the things they do is that they're all small and family owned, but they try to make the look of them all the same so that everywhere you go, it's familiar.
That look, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's cool.
It's super sick. But dude, I would completely believe that big pizza chains are like super mafia style.
Oh man, think of it this way. They're first of all almost entirely Italian owned.
Yeah, and we know those Italians and they're precursors to crime.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's take a little trip to Sicily real quick.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just get something out of the way.
How long you guys been building that bridge to Sicily? And how many times has it been blown up?
Italians, crime. I just want to make that clear. Okay? That's how this
They're
works.
industrious people.
They are industrious people.
Yeah.
Love killing each other.
They make it work. They make it work.
They do. So you got like what? Papa John's, Domino's,
Pizza,
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
Or is that just a Canadian thing, Little Caesars?
I think Little Caesars might just be Canadian, but it's up there. It's still up as like one of the big ones.
Yeah.
And then there's another one. But I'm not remembering it right now. That's okay.
But you think they do trades? Like they'll all be sitting in this boardroom, like smoking cigars and shit. And they're like, Tommy from Pizza has a new racket on the sauce. I'm gonna trade that to you for your pepperoni suppliers and stuff like that.
It must be.
It must be because the pizzas are so similar.
Well, and like there's certain things that are ideas that they have, like, Pizza Hut's another big one.
Oh yeah,
Pizza Hut. Yeah.
Can't out Pizza the Hut.
Yeah. Fucking Pizza Hut is huge in the States.
Yeah.
So I think it was Pizza Hut that started the stuffed crust.
Yes.
Pizza Hut was the first one to do stuffed crust. And the stuffed crust was a big push that was invented by the dairy farmers.
Yes.
Because they wanted to sell more cheese.
God, it's all the way up.
Isn't that fucked?
It is fucked.
That they were like, hey, Like, that's a known thing. People are like, oh, no, someone came up with stuff. No, they didn't.
No.
The Dairy Farmers Association of Canada and the States got together and were like, we need to sell more cheese.
More cheese down the throats
Yeah, we
of
need to sell
people.
more cheese. People eat a lot of pizza. It's a big spot where we send a lot of cheese. Stuff the fucking crust.
Make more.
And they went to Big Pizza and were like, all of you are going to start doing stuffed crust. And Pizza Hut was the first one, I think, to like jump on it.
Yeah.
But they all started doing it. You can get stuffed crust at every pizza chain.
Man, stuffed crust is kind of ass.
Yeah, it's the shittiest, lowest quality cheese you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the fucking waxy mozzarella shit.
Yeah, it's like trash mozzarella.
Damn, you've opened this up. I'm gonna look into this a little bit more.
Dude, it's crazy. I was astounded at the amount of like...
You step the dominoes, you end up in the river with 2 in the back of your head. Roll
Yeah.
the suicide.
Dude, and so there's chains that have tried to come up that suddenly fail when their CEO dies. Look into it. There's like 2 or 3 of them that are notable, where they get like a good amount of control in a state, and then suddenly the CEO dies and the business fails.
It's the fucking Papa John and the Noid from Domino's,
Right?
like push you out a window.
They're like, doof.
You go to the murder trial, and the cops are sitting outside eating pizza, and you just know the verdict
You're
already.
like, I already know what
It's
happened.
like, send the jury to the back, they're gonna deliberate, and they go back to the room, and there's like 2 Domino's pizzas sitting on the table. Just thought we'd drop these off for you boys.
Yeah.
Don't let that impact your decision at all.
you know that's what it's like.
Yeah.
You know that's what it's like. Like, oh, you got kids? Your kids like to eat pizza?
Your kids like to eat pizza. I'll send them a pizza every day for school.
Yeah.
Share with their friends. Will be
Yeah,
popular.
you know what? Why don't I start, we'll start doing pizza day at your kid's school for free, huh?
We'll do that for free for a few years. How
Yeah.
you like that? That'd be nice, right?
That'd be nice, right?
Well,
Right?
Timmy,
you can be a hero for your community.
Yeah, you fucking go up to the kid like, would you like pizza at your school at St. Joseph's School in Iowa that you go to at 9:30 every morning? Would you like pizza there? Just scare the shit out of people.
We're like, okay, yeah, no, I think I understand.
Yeah, judge goes home, goes into his bed, and there's like fucking Pizza Hut Wing Street like on his pillow. Like,
Oh, man.
don't forget who put this here. I can get in your house at any time.
Yeah. Dude, Wing Street, they sell a lot of fucking chicken wings.
They do.
I was shocked how many guys at my work like go there on Wednesdays. That's a big thing.
Oh, yeah,
to
Wing
go
Street
there on
Wednesdays.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
go there
yeah.
and it's like cheap wings on Wednesday. Tons of guys.
It's funny how people have turned on chicken wings.
Like
Not
how,
that long ago, chicken wings were a scrap.
dude, I remember going to the bar on Wednesdays. Like, I've loved chicken wings from day
Yeah,
one.
I know you do.
Right? Like,
That's
I
chicken
love
wings and beer. That's Chris.
yeah, I love chicken wings and beer. Chicken wings and beer, like, from 18 onward.
Yeah,
were my
happy
go-to.
as a clam. If you put like a pound of wings
And a
like,
beer?
yeah, even like a Canadian,
Yeah,
beside
I'll
Chris, he's
still
like
be stoned.
grinning.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I first started eating them, you could go in and it was like, I think it was 25 cents or 39 cents a pound, something like that.
No, it's 39 cents a
39
wing.
cents a wing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's like $3.99 a pound. Like, that's
Yeah.
dirt cheap.
There are
Right?
places that did all you can eat wings.
Man, I used to go to the Roxbury on Oxford,
Yeah.
and it was $12.99, and it was all you can eat wings.
Yeah.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'd go in there, I'd crush wings for like 2 hours.
Does this man look like he's had all he can eat?
Yeah.
You know?
Like all I can eat or all I should eat.
But now, like, if you buy wings at full price, they're like $1 a piece.
Yeah, basically. Sometimes more than that. A lot of places are like $16.99 for a pound.
Yeah. That's
which is
ridiculous.
like, you only get about 10 wings in a pound.
Yeah, about.
Yeah, about 10 wings.
Yeah. It's
Which-
ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Like
It's
people, like
mind-boggling.
restaurants used to just buy wings to make chicken stock.
Yeah. Yeah, it
'Cause
was
that
just
was-
easy fat.
Because there's
and
tons
meat.
of connective tissue and bones.
Yeah.
Right? You just roast them off and make chicken stock out
Yep.
of them. And then they were just selling them at bars for uber cheap because they had to get rid of them.
Well, this was the thing that I heard is that they used to make them for chicken stock so they'd get like simmered down in a stock and be super juicy.
Yeah.
Pull them out, dry them out, like let them dry off.
And then fry them.
Coat them in fucking, like flour and fry them.
Yeah.
And so they taste like chicken stock inside. That's why chicken wings used to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
and like fall off the bone, right? It's because they'd been sitting in stock for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Like, insane.
It's what it is rich people ruin poor food for the aesthetic.
Oh, it is.
They ruin poor people food.
It's bullshit. Honestly, it pisses me off to no end. The amount of food that is now expensive because rich people decided that they also like it.
Yeah. You know how expensive Spam is now?
Dude, $5.99 for a can of corned beef?
I know.
That's fucking retarded.
Yeah, like bologna is expensive.
Yeah, why?
Like, man, stop taking these things from people. Chicken thighs used to be the cheap version of chicken breast.
Yeah, now they're the expensive.
Now they're the expensive one.
Yeah.
And they used to be cheap because, like, you'd have to take the skin off and the bones out and shit.
Yeah.
And it was dark meat and, you know, most
now
people
they
like
show
white
up
meat.
in the store like boneless, skinless chicken thighs.
What's the point?
You just took everything good out of my chicken thigh.
Yeah, next it's going to be whole chickens are expensive. That's how I buy chicken now.
They're more expensive. When I was buying whole chicken forever because I was like, well, I'll just butcher it.
Yeah.
And like by my 10th chicken, I've got over a pound of wings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can feed me and the girlfriend with like wings for a night.
Yeah, and then you've got drumsticks sitting around. You've got carcasses to make soup.
Exactly. And it used to be you could get a whole chicken, like whatever your shit was more expensive, but a whole chicken because it was unbutchered was like $6.99 for a chicken.
Yeah, for a good one.
For like a raw good chicken. But now a whole chicken's like they'll go up to like $15.99.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you kidding me? You want $16 for a chicken?
I know.
Like,
it's ridiculous.
Right off.
I'm just gonna have to start eating vegetarian because it's cheaper that way.
Yeah. I'll just eat tofu. I'll be a soy boy.
You be a soy boy?
Yeah.
That stuff got debunked, right? That if you eat soy, it adds estrogen. Because I'm pretty sure, like, beef is full of estrogen, is it not?
Beef's full of, like, creatine and stuff.
Yeah. No, sorry, not beef. Like, dairy.
Dairy's pretty full of, like estrogen.
It's full of estrogen because of all the steroids we put in cows now.
Yeah. I think that in tofu specifically that there's something with it that causes estrogenic compound development. Yeah, it's not that it has estrogen, but it has like it encourages estrogenic compound development.
Oh, okay. What if I grew titties? That'd be sick.
Dude, it's fucking dope, honestly. Yeah.
How would you know, Chris?
Yeah, let me tell you. I am the life of every incel party.
I wanted to just a bunch of lonely dudes staring at your tits, like blocking your face.
You want to see this?
I wanted to tell a story. You were there for this, and I want to know if other people do this as well. So we had thrown like a little party at my place, and we got some pizza.
Okay.
And the guy delivering the pizza did not speak very good English, right? It was pretty broken.
Yep.
Which is fine. It was enough to understand. But I'd noticed that in talking to him, I kind of adopted his accent.
Oh,
and
yes. Yeah.
his way of speaking English. I want to know if other people do this. If I'm the only one that does this, that's fine. I can accept that.
You're definitely not.
But I want, like, he comes up and he's like, he's got the pizza and I've got cash. And he's like, by card? And I was like, no cash. And he's like, no change. And I'm like, no change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to, like, flex on this guy with my native tongue. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can speak English so well and you can't. I don't want to, like,
no, I
use,
think...
like, you know what I mean? I don't want to embarrass this guy with his English.
No, I think you're on the right track, man. I think a lot of people do it. I hear my dad do it all the time. He used to have this neighbor. She was this older Chinese lady.
Yeah.
And she was really nice. But my dad would talk to her and I would notice because we'd go out fishing and he'd like keep this striped bass because he knew she liked him.
Yeah.
And he'd take him over to her and like be like, oh, here you go, whatever her name was. And I think her name was Daisy. Probably not actually, but yeah.
That's kind of cool. You just get to pick a name. You know what I mean?
But he'd give it to her and she'd be like, oh, yeah, like, oh, thanks so much. And he'd be like, yeah, you good day.
Oh, no.
But she like didn't react at all. She'd be like, you good day. And
that's so fucking sick.
like he just talked like that to her because that's how she talked.
I feel like it's more inclusive to do that.
Yeah, you're just ignoring the fact that like maybe English isn't their strong suit.
I think it would, like, just try to not make people feel dumb.
Yeah, it's good.
You know what I mean? Like, if I went to a country where I didn't speak their language very well,
And they talk to
and
me
they
in a really
kind of,
simple
like,
way.
simpled it, not, like, dumb it down, but, like, make it simple
Yeah,
so that I would get it.
yeah. It's all you're doing is like less fluff.
Yeah.
So that everything's really direct. And when it's more direct, they understand, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
It's literally just easier to comprehend.
I was watching this thing on English, actually. One of the hardest things for people to get who are learning English that isn't their first language is the word and.
Like
Because we don't
its application.
Yeah, because we don't say and. If when you're talking, you say n
And
or nd.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
very German.
Yeah.
It's a very Germanic thing for
Like
sure.
if I'm saying like Chris and Brian, I'm not saying Chris and Brian.
You're saying Chris
and
and Brian.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm?
Well, you
Where
think
it doesn't even sound like a word really.
in German it's und.
Und.
Yeah, so that's where it comes from.
Scheiße.
So we definitely have just like maintained that
Yeah. The way language changes is crazy.
it is etymology.
Etymology, it's where words come from.
Yeah,
look
the
up
development of
your
words.
favorite word, see where it comes from.
It's really cool. You should do that. I love doing it.
You know where helicopter comes from? You
No.
think it'd be heli and copter? Like those two words smashed
Is
together?
it
It's not.
hela?
It's helio and like pter.
Really?
Yeah. Like helio, it's like Greek. Like helio for spinning, and then like ter is like flying. It's like how pterodactyl comes from.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one. There's more like that. Look them
Yeah,
up.
they are super cool. I got some stuff.
All right.
Did you see the Idaho murders finally got solved?
The what?
The Idaho University murders?
I don't know about this.
Okay, so Idaho University had like 4 killings
Oh, shit.
in a house. All these people got stabbed in their sleep. Really sad. Like students.
Stabbed in their sleep?
Yeah, they were sleeping in a house and they were all murdered. All 4
Holy
of them
fuck.
in the house. Yeah.
Incel?
No, not
No?
at all. Not at all. Criminology major. They couldn't find a fucking drop of evidence on this guy for a while.
Oh, shit.
Just a clean crime. Seemed
He's just
random.
learning in college how to kill people.
How to kill people. Straight up. Is there no vetting process for like this is where I wanted to go with this. Is like, so it's really sad. They finally caught him. He looks honestly like just an average. He was like doing his PhD.
He throws it all away.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you fucking pre-came on that. If you got your PhD, you probably would have gotten away with it.
Yeah, you would have just made a couple money for 5 years and then killed all you wanted.
Yeah, been fine.
You know,
You
have
would've
a
been
murder
better at
room
it.
in your mansion that no
Yeah.
one could ever go in.
So, yeah, this guy, I was like, wow, that's fucked up. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, is there no vetting process? Like, you know what's scary is we all sit around and say, like, information is the most powerful weapon.
Yes.
And it really is. Like, it's more powerful than the money is knowledge.
Yes.
Do we really just give info on things like crime scenes and criminology to fucking anyone?
I mean, if he's that much of a psychopath, he's probably good at hiding his intentions.
Yeah, but I don't know that there's a vetting process.
Like, they're in class, and he's like, oh, so in this famous murder, like, this is how we wiped down the blood, this is how we got all this evidence out, and this guy's sitting at the front, like, bouncing his knees.
Yeah.
He's like, tell me the part about where he cleaned up again. Tell me how he got away with it for 20 years. Tell me how he did that. Right?
Man, you
Like,
gotta
do you think
wonder.
he was just, like...
I would think, like, he must have this... He must have some fucking weird stuff that you noticed, unless he played it totally cool forever.
He must have played it
The
totally
creepy
cool.
thing was, he had this survey that he was doing for his thesis.
Yeah.
He was doing a survey on, like, how they felt immediately post-murder, post-crime.
How people felt post-crime?
How people feel, like, post-murder.
Yeah.
And he was planning to, like, interview people. I guess an interview fell through, and then he just killed people.
He's like, well, I gotta find out somehow.
Yeah, like, I kind of
Talk
want him to
about getting
fill out
into
his own
your-
survey.
Talk about getting into your own research.
Yeah, that was his survey for his thesis. Like, I want to see him fill it out. Let him finish.
In jail.
In jail, but...
Let him finish it. Like, that's probably... That murder's happened. That can't unhappen.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
So we might as well learn something from it.
This is what I'm saying. I feel like people get mad when you say that, but it's like, man, we might as well learn. Like, he's obviously not an idiot.
Yeah.
So, why don't we see what we can learn from... He obviously had the intention of, like, finishing this research, so then let him finish.
You can't think of a more primary source than me.
Than the guy who killed them. Felt. Yeah.
Do you think it's immediate panic, or do you think it's like...
No, it's fucking henhouse fever, for sure.
Henhouse fever? What's
You've
that? You've
never heard of henhouse fever?
No.
It's a description used... Coyotes are really big on it. Coyotes and foxes are known for it really well.
Oh, like busting.
That's why he killed all 4 of the people in the house, for sure. He killed the first one and then just kept going. Yeah, just fucking... It's an overload of adrenaline and, like, crazy hormones start rushing through your body, right?
Yeah.
You just murdered someone. You must fucking go off. I would guarantee you just go wild. And we see it with coyotes, that coyotes, when they hunt something, they'll hunt it and eat it, right?
Yeah.
If they get into a hen house, this is where it comes from.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
If they are able to get into a hen house, they'll kill every chicken in the hen house and not eat any of them.
They'll just kill to kill.
They just kill everything in sight.
Whoa,
and then run away freaking out.
This is going to sound like a Joe Rogan conversation, but, like, do you think primally we are, like, encouraged or discouraged to kill?
I think we're encouraged.
Encouraged?
Yeah, I think that people don't like it because it goes against population conservation. But
it goes against our societal rules.
Our societal rules, which have been based on the idea that our population used to be quite weak.
Yeah.
And, like, it was hard to keep numbers because we got wiped out by
warriors.
Stuff. Well,
right?
It makes for a stronger gene pool, but then we've gone around protecting everyone,
right?
So you can't kill people. Like, for instance, like genetic, I guess you would call them like malfunctions.
Yeah,
like genetic diseases. No, genetic diseases and stuff that are passed on genetically that we are able to save people from, so then they're able to continue being passed on. They normally wouldn't get passed on.
Right.
Because someone would end up killing them.
Well, wasn't it like, that's how Sparta worked, right? Too? Like, if someone was born with, like, a physical disability, they just, like, hum them off a cliff?
Yep, you're done. Because they don't want the genes.
Damn.
Yeah.
What a horrible way we used to live.
It is fucked up.
That's super fucked up.
Yeah, but you think, like, I would think that we probably are very inclined to kill people.
Probably.
We must be, man.
We've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, how long have we been doing wars? Fuck guns. They weren't shooting people from far away. They used to go up and stab that motherfucker in the chest and then pull out and go to the next guy.
Yeah.
You can imagine that they would have all been like fucking cranked out on adrenaline.
Yeah.
It must have been crazy, man.
It's strange to think, because now, like, if you were to tell me, like, you got to go up and bludgeon this man to death, you know what I mean? Like, with a big stick, you have to kill this man.
Yeah.
It'd be very hard for me to do that. Like, to be ready to do that.
I think I think it'd be less hard than you think.
But as soon as you probably started,
you're done. You're going.
You're probably just going.
Yeah, that
and
rabbit hole.
Another guy, and he's coming at you like, ah.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That rabbit hole is a fucking elevator shaft.
That's probably
you do it once and you're just in.
That's probably where a lot of the like PTSD and shit comes from. I guess you think of like World War II vets and stuff.
Yeah,
that come back like not thinking that they would have killed like 20 people.
Yeah,
but then they were like.
For sure.
Surprisingly able to do it.
I would say PTSD, in my opinion, and this is just, take that with some reasonable doubt. Are you going to
say it's not real?
No.
Okay.
I'm not saying it. No. No, I'm not as a fucking ex-military going to say that PTSD is not real
you need to toughen up,
air,
boys.
for God's sake.
Just got to toughen up. Just fucking get on with it.
I think what it is, I think PTSD is predominantly caused by societal standards. I genuinely think this.
What do you mean? Just like reintegrating back into...
There's two things. There's one is that they're traumatic events, like very traumatic events. And those cause PTSD because it just like fucks with your brain.
Yeah.
And then the other one is that I think there's so much societal pressure to not be the way you are. And then you do something and then you feel remorse based on like deeply ingrained societal pressures.
What do you mean? Like society's
killing someone. Like if you take someone's life, right? You're not supposed to do that. But if you go and do that in war, it's longer that it's been acceptable than the amount of time that it's been unacceptable. Yeah. The amount of time in human history that we've spent killing people, it far outweighs the amount of time that we haven't. Right. Right? That's not been the norm. Right. So I think it's still very natural and you go and do it and like that's the thing we do. But then I think you come back to like especially North American society and it's frowned upon. And so you're like ostracized from your community or you feel ostracized from the community because of it. Because you have these like your own weighing. But obviously like a lot of PTSD is legitimate, just traumatic experience.
Did you know in the Second World War, only 20% of people shot their rifles?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Most people wouldn't do it.
They just
couldn't do it. Both sides. Like in a battle just would, or like intentionally shoot over, like way over.
Why?
Because they just couldn't bring themselves to shoot somebody.
Oh man, I wish.
I wish.
I won't finish that sentence.
That's why specifically the U.S. government spends a lot of money and time developing a program where they train people and they ingrain that the enemy aren't human. Right? Oh
yeah.
There was a big thing when a lot of times when the U.S. is in the Middle East, they refer to Middle Eastern people as cockroaches. Yeah. Because they have
to squash that.
Yeah, you have to squash that. Right?
I mean they had to squash that part of the program because it was sending horribly racist people back to their country.
Well, that's true. And then the same thing in the Second World War with the Germans, like comparing Russians to animals and stuff. Yeah. And that's how they could like train people to just kill civilians and burn down villages and stuff. Yeah. Because you have to like, if you see them as another person like you, it's very hard to do.
It's harder to kill them.
Right? Yeah. Speaking of, I got PTSD, post-titty sucking disorder. So, do you have anything on a lighter note we can get?
Oh, yeah, true. Post-titty sucking disorder. Good save.
Thanks.
I got I got one like real retarded idea that I had.
I want to hear it.
Do you want that? Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that idea.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Well, no, you're retarded. Let's do that.
Yeah, that tracks.
I was thinking about sayings.
Okay.
Like shit people say.
Yeah.
Most of it doesn't make sense. You know?
What do you mean?
Some of them have really fucked up origins, like sayings we have, and then some of them just don't make sense. One, like rule of thumb.
Yeah. What is that?
For a long time, I was like, that doesn't make sense. What is the rule of, why are thumbs a rule? Rule of thumb for this job is, it's like, why is it your thumb? Rule of thumb was a legitimate law.
Okay.
Back in the early days.
I love this shit.
You couldn't beat your wife with a stick wider than your thumb. Let me tell you, my thumb is, I work with my hands. I work with my hands. I don't.
Damn, your girlfriend could get hit with a stick much larger than mine.
I don't work with, like, I work with my hands, but I don't work as hard as guys back in like the 20s. Those motherfuckers would have had sausage hands. Yeah. Those would have been
That's like basically saying like you could beat your wife with some like a wiffle ball bat.
Yeah, like you know what the fuck?
Also, like I know beating your wife used to be in fashion.
Yeah.
Right? Not a fan of it, I'll say. Hot take. Not a fan of it. But I never imagined like if you're beating your wife, you're doing it with a stick.
Dude, like picking up a weapon to beat her ass.
Like if I picture domestic abuse, I'm thinking of like a backhand.
That's what I imagined. It wasn't like that at all.
What are you fucking with a weapon?
Dude, a rule
Are you
of
trying
thumb,
to fucking kill her?
couldn't beat her with a stick wider than your thumb. I'm telling you, these guys had huge hands. They would have been fucking damn near 2x4.
Yeah, like a fence post.
Yeah, like seriously, they had huge hands. You look at pictures of some of them in the military when they're holding their gun. Those are monstrous mitts. Like, they would have been beating their wives with, like, I don't know, like 3/4 inch dowels.
Yeah, like what?
Like, that's
you trying to
enormous,
fucking
man.
kill her?
You'd break some shit. 100%. You'd be breaking ribs.
Damn. Who made this? Who made the rule?
I don't know, but that was
Like, all right, you can beat the fuck out of your wife, but not too bad.
not too bad.
Come
Yeah,
on,
you
guys.
can't use a big block.
You can't use a big. You can use like a pretty. You can use like a pretty big stick, but
Like
like
a stick as wide as your thumb, and then they were like, "That's a good rule."
yeah, it's like well, you can't just shoot your wife, and everyone's like, ugh,
Come on,
come on, okay, but you can hit her with a stick, but not too big of a stick.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you know
like,
what I mean?
How the fuck was that okay? So there's that one. There's
Yeah.
that one. There's never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Okay,
What is a gift horse, and why can't you look in his mouth?
maybe that's where the gift comes from.
From his mouth?
What's the
He's-
saying even mean? Never
I don't
look-
even know.
Is that like don't bite the hand that feeds?
Don't bite the hand that feeds you makes more sense.
It does.
Yeah, like,
Because I can imagine myself as a dog.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, don't bite the guy who's helping you.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Don't do that.
Don't
Yeah.
look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, that's a saying.
Yeah.
I've heard that from tons of people. Like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Like, what? Like, and they say it like, I don't really understand the context. Like, are you supposed to be appreciative of the gift and that's it? Which is fine, but like, why is there a horse that gives gifts and why can't you
Where's
look
this
in his mouth?
gift horse? Why doesn't he come around anymore?
Yeah, I've never seen a horse that gives
Don't
gifts.
look gift horse in the mouth.
What does the interweb say?
So when you say that is when you get given a gift, don't find a fault in it.
Okay.
Like don't criticize when someone gives you a gift.
How does the gift horse and his mouth apply?
It's about a value. Oh, okay.
It makes sense?
Yes, if
All right.
it comes from an old proverb where if someone is gifting you a horse, the horse doesn't give the gift. The horse is the gift. Don't start fucking checking his teeth to see how healthy he is.
Oh,
You're
or
being-
if he cribs and stuff,
Yeah.
is he a problematic horse?
Yeah, you're
getting
giving
a fucking horse.
Yeah, you're getting a fucking horse. Chill the fuck out for a minute.
Ah.
Don't just get it and start looking at his gums and being like, meow.
Well, it looks like you probably chews the fence a little much.
Yeah. Speaking of horses, do you know where the word cocktail comes from? For a drink?
Cocktail? No.
I learned this. We're going to be learning today.
All right.
So, back in the day, 1800s in the U.S., picture
Yeah.
yourself, U.S. had a huge fucking drinking problem in the 1800s.
Awesome.
People
Triple
were-
X on the bottles.
People were drinking like 100 ounces of whiskey a week. Whiskey was cheaper than beer by volume.
Whiskey was cheaper than water for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people were just fucking wasted all the time.
Awesome.
But there was only one drink people were really having, like a sling, which is your liquor, water, sugar. Right?
Okay.
That was your drink. You fucking pound those. Wake up the next day, splitting headache, dying. Hair of the dog kicks in. Right?
Yeah.
So they would have bitters, which were like a medicine at the time. Same bitters we have now. So what they would do is they would get water, add some bitters to it, and a little bit of the whiskey that you were having before, the night before. Slam it, get on with your day. And the bitters would fucking settle your stomach down, calm the headache, right? So they started calling that a cocktail because when you went to the track to buy a horse, you looked for the healthy ones based on when they ran, their tail was cocked. Like their tail was up.
Oh, yeah, because it does a little crimp and then it dangles down?
Yes. So that's how you would determine a healthy horse. So when you were feeling better in the morning, you were like a horse with a cocked tail. Right? So they started calling that hangover recovery drink a cocktail. And then any drink that had bitters in it
Became cocktails.
became cocktails. And then people just started drinking cocktails
And then
all
we
the time.
developed
and then we
cocktails.
developed that.
That is very interesting.
Right? Little fucking journey.
Yeah.
I was telling our bartender friend, Brian, at the Brunt Blub.
Yeah.
Right? I was telling him about that. I got halfway through the story, and he was busy. He's like, I know this story, Josh. I know where this comes from. Stop. And I was like super excited because I thought I had knowledge that you didn't.
No.
Of course he fucking knew that.
Of course he knows. He knows the development of like every drink ever. It's amazing.
I know.
That man is a professional.
He is.
He is truly, in the truest sense of a word, I would say that he is a professional. And I will say, talking about my cousin again, when he came over from England, like he loves to go travel around, go and see bars all over the world, right?
Yeah.
He came and he told me after we left, they said that our friend Brian was top 2 bartenders that he's ever met in the entire world.
I believe it.
And he's been all over the world. And I was like, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, that man's a fucking professional at his job. He's phenomenal.
He is.
And I was like, wow, that is an extraordinary compliment. And he's like, yeah. He goes, there's one other guy that would compete for top place with him. And he met him in Valencia, Spain.
Okay.
And he said that was the only other person. There was a bar in Valencia, Spain that he was like
Wow.
very similar to our friend Brian.
Damn.
Yeah.
So to end off this week, I have a little
Hold up,
question.
I got one last
You got
one.
one last one? Oh, another fucking...
Yes.
Okay.
Have your cake and eat it too.
Okay.
Okay. I don't want the fucking cake if I can't also eat it.
Like, do you get it?
Like, it's like you can have your cake or you can eat it, but you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Once
It's
you've
like,
eaten it, you can't have it anymore.
well, I don't only want a piece of cake.
But then you can't have that cake anymore.
I
if
can
you've
have
eaten
a
it.
half of my piece and save the other half of the piece for later.
But you're not going
and
to
now
display
I've had
a
my
half piece of cake, are you?
Am I what?
I think this comes from a time when people would like display cakes around their house.
They would display cakes.
Yeah, because it was like a symbol of wealth.
Well, I would. Why do I have a cake if not to eat the cake?
You're looking at it from a 2023 point of view where you can just go to the store and get an entire cake whenever you want, which you can do. They won't stop you.
Yes.
Which is strange. I grew up with my parents being like, you can't eat an entire cake. Guess what, motherfuckers? I moved out. I can eat an entire cake.
Yeah.
I shouldn't. You were right to tell me not to because I've done it one time.
Yeah,
And I
and you
was like,
feel
wow, I'm a fat fuck. I
Yeah.
shouldn't do this to myself anymore.
But you can.
But you can. I can sit down right at this computer,
And
plop
eat
a cake right in my lap, and eat the entire thing.
Yeah.
With my hands if I want to. No one's going to stop me.
Dude, isn't it amazing when you think about all the stuff that your parents are like, don't eat with your hands.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. I've walked by, I'll tell you this. I've walked by my own kitchen in my own house
Yeah.
and fist bombed some lasagna that was cold.
This is embarrassing.
I've been like, cut it out with my fingers, going chop, 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 chop. Scoop it up like it's a sandwich and walk out the door chewing on fucking cold lasagna. Go downstairs, get in my truck, start my truck with my left hand over
Like-
the wheel because I have fucking lasagna in the other hand, drive to work. Get to work, wash the hand.
No.
Well, I did that first.
Well, yeah, then wash your hand. I've had leftover spaghetti where I had one Tupperware of the sauce, one Tupperware of the noodles, and I would pick up the noodles and dip it in the sauce, and then like eat it like that.
Oh my god.
Dude, cold leftovers is my favorite. I almost never heat up leftovers.
No, especially pasta. I love it cold.
I'll just, like, leftovers are just fuel
Yeah.
at this point. Like, I'm not going to try and dress them up again. They're never going to be as good. I just want to eat it in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it won't be as good as fresh.
No,
Only
never.
chili's better.
Chili's better. Spaghetti, if it's already mixed, could be better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it might get real tasty.
But fucking cold soup, I'll just...
What were you going to end off on?
So, just to end off, I want you to describe to me your perfect weekend. From Friday night till Sunday night. Your perfect weekend. Whatever you would want to do. No one to tell you can't do something. What's your perfect weekend?
Friday night, I get off work early. My boss hands me a paycheck with more money than I need.
Good start.
Yeah. I tell my boss to go fuck himself. Walk out the door.
Yeah. Fired. That's just setting up the
No,
next
I
Sunday
tell him to
night.
go fuck himself every weekend. I would love to like go see either a punk show or like a sporting event
Yeah. On a Friday night. That's
on
a good
Friday
one.
night. That's a sick way to start the weekend.
That is.
Have a bunch of drinks, some good food, apps or something, and then wake up Saturday morning at like a good time. When you're up rested at like 9,
Yep.
go get some shit done, go to a market, get some stuff for lunch. Maybe go, you know what? Saturday, 10 a.m. I leave for a road trip.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Go out on a road trip for the Saturday night. Go to Toronto.
Yeah.
Downtown. Go off in Toronto. Comedy clubs, punk shows, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? That'd be sick. See some waterfalls or something.
Yep.
Maybe then wake up Sunday, go fishing.
Never had a hangover this whole weekend.
No hangover.
Yeah.
Go wake up Sunday, go fishing, and then go hunting. Get like, honestly, I would like to get some ducks like Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
And like some trout in the morning when I'm fishing. And then come home, clean them, have a beautiful dinner, and then go to sleep.
Big bowl, and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
That does sound like you. That's a
would be
very perfect
wonderful
weekend.
weekend.
My favorite part about your perfect weekend is there was like maybe 2 hours of Sunday night where you weren't doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was no like lay down for a while.
No, I
No,
don't.
you just go.
Yeah.
You're always up to something.
Ideally,
That's
I
my
want to
favorite part
keep
about
going.
you.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your weekend?
My weekend? Off Friday.
You're off all day. Okay, well, I didn't know it was an option to just have the day off.
Well, I mean, normally I work all weekend. Right?
Yeah,
So
true,
I would.
yeah.
All right. My weekend would be like Monday, Tuesday. I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Sleep in the first day, like 10.
Okay.
Sleep in, go get breakfast. Right? I love going out for breakfast. It's my
That's true.
favorite meal to go out.
I want to add going out for breakfast all those days.
To all those days.
Yeah.
To a greasy Greek
Oh,
with
love
just
it.
the saltiest eggs.
Yes.
Right?
It's perfect.
Do that. Catch a matinee movie.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or like maybe, probably a movie over a play. But I'd take a play if there was no good movies.
Yeah.
Right? Go do that. Go have a nice dinner on the first day.
Yeah.
Right? And then try and find some sort of show that night, whether it's a music show or a comedy show or something like that.
Yeah.
My first whole day would be entertainment. That would be my whole first day.
Okay.
So, like, movie, show, whatever. Get drunk, hang out, see friends all night. Second day, wake up early, hit a market, find some really good food, and spend all day cooking.
Oh, dude, that would be dope.
That would be fucking sick. Like, put some serious time into something. Like, braise something for like 7 hours.
You know what? That's nice. That would be a better Sunday.
That would be like the Sunday.
If I could have the Friday off, I would move my Sunday hunting and fishing activities to Friday.
Yeah.
And then have like a light show and then drinking after because you're celebrating that. And then, you do Sunday where I cook all the game meat and like do a nice dinner.
Yeah, do it right.
Yeah, that
That
makes
would be
sense.
my favorite. And then just like eat. And eat and smoke cigars and drink wine. And
a
just
cigar.
Ugh.
Yeah, we got to get into cigars.
I have Cubans.
Do you? All right. Well,
We should get into
We
it.
should get into cigars.
All right, I gotta head to work.
What's Sunday? Hold up. What's Sunday?
Oh, I guess that was my second day. So I guess my Friday night. Then I kind of skipped that. My Friday night. This is gonna sound so nerdy. Probably get super drunk and play video games.
That is the goal.
For my first night. For my first night, I'm doing a bit of everything, right?
All right. No, I get it.
Or else I'd just do the same
I
thing
see it.
3
I
days
do
in a
see
row.
it. Yes.
Right? You get what I'm talking about.
I got to go run around outside too much.
Yeah, you do.
I need to burn energy.
We have that like one day on our weekend plans.
Yeah.
Where what we're doing lines up.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 days we're doing other shit.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta go run around outside.
Yeah, our weekends, like, I'm doing this, you're doing this. We cross on a Saturday night.
Yep.
And then...
And that's like, okay. All right.
All
See
right.
you at breakfast.
Record the podcast.
Yeah, record the podcast, true.
That would be
Sunday
on my
morning.
weekend. Sunday morning. All right. Stay reasonable, keep down. We've been your hosts, J Money and C Griff. I'm not a player, I just pot a lot. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's
so
an
fucking
impossible
bad.
joke.
That's so fucking embarrassing.